Hey guys, welcome to Fishing Tackle channel. This trip was a year ago or two. Apologize for not uploading editing. I have so ton of videos that I just don't have time to upload. Um, with kids and work and everything, but this was off of Ocean City, Maryland. For those probably watching this video searching for anglers. So this is how angler fishing would be most of the year. It's pretty much a packed boat. They're always sold out, but they get you on fish. The question is, are you more about catching a lot of fish or just wanting to go out there and relax? Because for angler, you can see how you're shoulder to shoulder pretty much, like packed like a sardine. So that's the expectation. So be prepared for that if you're going to anglers, but definitely they have a great, one of the best reputation for getting people on fish. The captain works hard for it, and the deckhand's really good as well. The problem is this is exactly what happens. I think this one was with my buddy's father-in-law coming along, and he was using like 2 ounce or 3 ounce because he's used to fishing in the bay. So 3 ounce is a lot for a shallow um, water. But remember, this is deep sea fishing, so if you're going anything beyond 50, 80, I think this is like 100 feet or so, or 90 feet or something like that. 2, 3 ounce is not going to work. Those are for talk fishing, or if you are advanced fisherman that has super sensitive rod with like 10 pound, 15-pound braid and fluorocarbon, it's not a good idea because yeah, you're gonna get tangled, and that's exactly what happened. It's packed like a sardine, and my buddy's father-in-law was just tangling everywhere. I don't even think this was anchored, so while especially when you're drifting, sometimes the captain can't get it drifting in one way, so when it goes diagonal or people are dropping their rigs too slow and their lines go underneath or to the side, it's gonna get bound to get tangled. And you could see how close from this angle. You could see one, two, three, four, five lines. I think 6 lines, pretty much, all in that one area right there. Pretty that you could see. That's how packed it is. Usually when I'm fishing on a boat, maybe you'll see one or two line next to my line, and to my right, that's my buddy's father-in-law, who got his line drifting to the left and got tangled with everyone, and I'm just trying to stay away from it. And I think that's one of the sharks, because it's the fall fishing. He got tangled in. So here I am. I'm just somewhat jigging at this point. I think I'm a drop shotting a plastic shad just because I didn't want to get tangled anymore. I think. Let's check it out. I kind of edited the video, but I haven't watched the whole thing. Here we go. The reel I'm using is Daiwa reel, I think. Yeah, Lexa HD is what I'm using. I think it's 200 or 300. So yeah, I'm using a drop shot right here, because I don't want to get tangled with anybody else. A straight line, one line. I don't have double loop. I don't think. So I think this looks on a. Oh yeah, I'm using a bucktail. Not a bucktail. Rub right here. Oh look, in the background, there's someone filming for another television show. I think this what's this on Sunday or Saturday, I think, and this boat was packed. I would, if you're thinking of going to anglers, I think that was a keeper fish. If you're going to an angler, by the way, do not go on Saturday no matter what. Sunday is gonna be pretty packed, or maybe not. I would say even Friday and Mondays are pretty packed or sold out. So anytime angler is sold out, that means you're going to be shoulder to shoulder fishing like sardine, and it's not fun. You know, you get more frustrated than enjoying it. So I pretty much stop if I'm going to anglers. I'll probably go on if I have to, or only option left, I'll go there. Not because they're not a good boat again. I rather catch five fish or one fish on a boat where I could just relax and enjoy a drink and just relax than have to catching 10 fish or a limit and have to be packed like a sardine and constantly have to untangle and get frustrated. So um, that if that's the kind of fishing, anglers are perfect for you. If you're just looking for catching a lot of fish, you'll definitely limit. You have a chance of limiting, and you won't be bored. You'll constantly. The captain will work hard. He doesn't sit around and let it drift. He'll if there's not enough people catching on a boat, especially if it's packed like this, usually it is, he's gonna work hard to find the fish. So, a lot of headboat captains will just drift and just sit there if there's occasional one or two catching, and they could be wasting maybe 30 to an hour and it gets everybody frustrated. But definitely not anglers. The captain will come out, check it out, constantly ask the fisherman as well as his deckhand, and he'll move the boat right away, even if it's anchored. Some of the captains will just anchor it and just sit there and have a coffee or have a cigarette, and as long as somebody's catching, they'll just stay in there. Not all the captains. I would say um, one or some boats they do that. That's probably the reason why some boats are just not doing so well. Here goes again. What reel am I using? I think this one is. Oh, that's my Abu Garcia Poro, if you're wondering. I bought that on Amazon warehouse. They call it resale now for a pretty good price, like 150 or something like that. Really good price, and I'm jigging with it. I don't use it that well, that much. It's a decent reel just because I have so many good reels like Daiwa and Shimano reels. I don't use it that much. I'll probably have my daughter use it more regularly, or if I have friends that don't fish and need my equipment, I'll probably let them use it. But here's another nice keeper. So one good thing about the angler was that all the fish that I was catching were keepers, so there wasn't much weeding out here. Although I got tangled a lot. Again, I switched to this um, slow jigging, slow pitch jigging because I kept getting tangled with people and it's much easier to untangle. I could just cut the line and get it loose. And I have a pretty good control over my slow pitch jigging, so I don't really have to worry about. I kind of cast it out, so that's another advantage. You could cast it out and you jig it a little bit, especially if it's going out. If we are drifting away from it, much easier. If it's drifting um, down, I'll let it go about twice and reel it in and cast it out again. But if I do get tangled, all I have to do is just get my jig and cut the line and retie them. It takes like 5 seconds to retie them. So that's one of the reason I do have additional rods. Like I take at least two rods. So if you're going fishing, I would say take at least two rods when you guys go fishing on deep sea fishing. One reason is if one of the rods break, it will break. So you see way too many people that carefully fish and knows how to fish. They'll still break their rod accidentally. Or if you have additional rod, you don't have to constantly switch your rigs. But here, I thought I had a nice fish, but of course, it's a dogfish, shark. There you go. First, I think I thought it was a flounder because was it flounder? I thought maybe because I think I had a um, fl- maybe flounder jig or something like that. Anyways, there you go. What do I have? I'm using a shad again. Daiwa. Again, this is Daiwa Lexa. Very nice reel. It's like a my one of my heavier reels. For some reason, it's somewhat heavy, but it's super smooth. I mean, if you use this Daiwa Lexa and use any other reel, you'll know the difference, how smooth it is to just reel a fish in. And here I just went back to using bait. Um, I think I was using oh, I guess I had um, some kind of tail, what do you call it? Paddle tail or something like that. I had a good decent amount. I don't think I limited, even though it's fall fishing. Again, because I spent more time untangling. I've deleted most of the untangling videos, but we tangled a lot. I mean, like most of the time, I didn't get tangled. Every time I saw my buddy's father-in-law's line come across, I quickly reeled it in, and again, I had a single either slow pitch jig or single drop shot. So if I got tangled along with them, I would just break it off and get my other reel and rod, and I was fishing. But this is, what is it? Captain something. I can't remember. Slow pitch jig. I think I have videos on this. That works really well. It's only 80 grams or 100 grams. And it's like glow in the dark. And I've always had good success with it. But here's another keeper. Again, anglers, this fishing trip, I didn't catch as many fish, but every time I caught one, they were all keepers. I don't think I had too many shorts. Right here, I just dropped it straight down. What was I thinking? I usually cast it out a little bit farther, but I think we were drifting away, or we weren't moving that much, maybe. Look how nice, calm the water is. I think this was last year, October. Pretty good fishing. If you guys are wondering, I'm wearing I think it's a Milwaukee glove from Home Depot. There's a winter thick version, and it's pretty good. You don't really have to. It's pretty much waterproof your hand area, so it'll keep your hand nice and warm. But there you go. Like people are still catching it, but the captain quickly notices, he's monitoring, right? Monitoring everyone catching it. I think he was saying start reeling it in. So I think he was getting ready to move. Here I thought I had a fish and I missed it, I think. I can't remember. I have so many different fishing videos that I filmed that I haven't edited. I don't even know. All I know is this was from October. I can't remember if it was last year or last year. I'll be editing a lot more moving forward. So if you guys haven't, if you're new to my channel, if you found this video searching for anglers or Ocean City or Delaware videos, fishing videos, please subscribe. I'm going to make more of these fishing trip videos, and I'll provide you guys with tips. So if you guys have any questions about fishing tips and what to prepare, I do have some videos about it, but I'll be more than welcome to share my experience. So everyone has different experience, so I would recommend you guys watch other videos. But for me, I do fish in a different way. I pretty much enjoy doing my own thing where like 4 years ago when I started fishing, when I returned to the state, I was living overseas for work. When I returned, I went back fishing and I brought along slow pitch jigging rod and um, jigs, right? Slow pitch jigs, metal jigs, and everyone was asking, like, "What are you doing? Like, why are you fishing with that?" And people were fishing with like super heavy spinning reels with like 50, 60 pound braids or even monofilament, and and I was like, "Wow, what's going on? They're way behind." But 4 years later, everybody's using jig metal. They're slow pitching, right? Nomad is probably one of the reasons. um, I'm not saying I necessarily bought this. Uh, I'm not necessarily saying I was the first one. I think some people were using slow pitch a lot, and it's caught on in the last 4 years. So I'm glad to see people starting to catch on with this slow pitch. I think there's a lot of videos that like famous YouTubers, fishing YouTubers, are filming and using slow pitch. I'm glad there are more slow pitch fishing. I think that's how it's going to be in the future, where a lot of people are going to be slow pitching because here I'm bleeding the fish right here. And if you're wondering, yeah, if bleeding the fish makes a huge difference in your fillet. Um, like if you haven't done it, I really highly recommend bleeding it. If you guys don't know how, leave a comment. I'll be more than happy to um, explain to you. But bleeding a fish, you get a clean white fillet versus if you don't, you're going to have this pinkish fillet that's super fishy. So there's a huge difference between the taste and the smell over quality of the fillet. So I mean, bleeding is highly recommended. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and um, make sure to subscribe and like this video, and I'll be coming back with more regularly with new videos. Thanks.